Welcome along to this video walkthrough of our 2007 Willerby Herald. It's a 28 by 10 2-bed. It's priced at $6,995. Just going to give you a quick look around, show the layout and condition of this caravan. It's up in our storage area, so it's not had a clean or wash or anything like that yet. So just going to show you it in its raw state as it's arrived. As always, we do gas, water, electric test all the caravans. We give a 3-month warranty. You can also handle delivery, which is free within 100 miles to the nearest accessible point. So get in touch if you've got any questions. So living room here, you can see we've got carpet fitted. That's not the original carpet, so it has been changed. So it's okay. It's a little bit sort of worn in a couple of places, just where you've got some threads coming through. But as it stands, it's certainly okay to stay as it is. Upholstery. Same again, it's this is the original upholstery, but there's no bad stains or rips or anything like that in it. Just a little bit sort of marked in a couple of places around there where your feet have been knocking on it, but the upholstery as a whole is okay. Good windows around the front of the caravan, as you can see. Single glazed caravan. We could fit double glazing to the caravan. We can do that to all caravans as well for an additional cost, usually in the region of about £1,500 to £1,800. Got gas fire here on my left hand side with cabinet, TV cabinet and storage there to the side and above as well there, and then we've got our dining table and a couple of stools over in the corner, all matching same sort of style upholstery as the living room. You have got a bit of delamination throughout the caravan, so you've got a bit on the edge of the dining table, although the dining table on the whole is okay, so I think probably look to keep that as it is. I'll show you the doors as we go through. As we come up to the kitchen, you can see here we've got microwave shelf on the right, we've got fridge on the right as well under there. That one will stay in the caravan. Just to highlight, as I say, the delamination, so you've got some on the edges here of the cupboard doors. Fairly standard thing that happens in caravans, especially of this sort of age. Not much you can do about it. We can trim them, we can paint them, we can sometimes as well replace the doors, so it just depends on what the customer is after. But we can have a chat as and when somebody comes forward for this one and then see what we're going to do. But anyway, we've got cupboards, as you can see, below the sink and above, and then along to the left there as well. Gas oven, that's obviously off the LPG, oven, hob and grill. And then we've got our gas water heater over in the corner here, handling our hot water supply for the bathroom and the kitchen. As I mentioned, we do obviously test them, so we will make sure everything's gas safe prior to dispatch if that's what's agreed. That is what we do as standard for people. So as we come up to the caravan here, we've got vinyl through the kitchen area, and that goes into the bathroom. But as we turn here, this is the rear offside of the caravan. We've got our main bedroom, so double bed there with bedside units as well as bedside cupboards above the bed as well, and the shelf in the middle. Come in and turn around, we've then got our wardrobe cupboards there, little shelf to the side, and then that window there is on the off side of the caravan. Just to highlight again, a little bit of delamination. It always happens by these plinth heaters. So that's an electric plinth heater that runs off electric and blows out hot air, and then there's some delamination to the cupboard door at the bottom of that. And a couple of the edges you just hear scraping a little bit. I highlight it because obviously it's a part of the caravan, but obviously it's just one of those things with them, and it's more of an annoyance most of the time than anything else. There is a lift up bed. Let's just lift this and see. Yep, so the arms are all working on there. So we've got a lift up bed there for additional storage underneath the mattress, which is really handy to have in a caravan where obviously space is limited for sort of clothes, suitcases and things like that. If we come out of there and we go back up towards the living area, we then come to our twin room. So we turn to our right, we've got our twin room here, 2 single beds, same style storage above the bed there, as you can see, with shelf and cupboards. And then at the foot end of the bed, we've also got a wardrobe, floor to almost ceiling. Wardrobe hanging rail space with shelf, and then there's an electric plinth heater in the bottom. That carpet has not been changed, so it is a little bit more worn, as you can see. The main bedroom's been changed, but that twin room hasn't, so the twin room's a little bit more worn. We can do new carpets throughout the caravan as well for an additional cost if requested, so that's always an option to bear in mind. At the rear door side of the caravan is where we find our shower bathroom here, family bathroom. So we've got our toilet and sink as expected, and then our shower enclosure. Shower enclosure here, door slides back to the left hand side there. And that's a decent sized enclosure really. If you look, it's got a plastic topper on as well. So any moisture and condensation drips back down into the shower. So it's a good sized shower really, with then, as you can see, sink and toilets, and then there's electric towel rail panel heater there as well. So that's the inside of our Willerby Herald. I'm going to jump outside now and I'll show you the exterior. We are outside the Herald here. As you can see, it's got the black window frames that the Willerby's, Heralds of this age did. Got an aerial mount on the corner there. We often remove them if requested, but coming around the front, fairly damage free. I don't usually point out every tiny little lump and bump around a second-hand Caravan, but if there's anything extensive or any proper damage to the panels, then I do mention it. But coming around the offside there looks okay. Around the back obviously needs a wash off, as I said, not been done yet. There's a gas retainer on the back there, regulator, sorry. We will remove that as part of our testing process because that's probably been on there a while and could cause problems with your gas testing, so we do remove that as part of the process. Coming up this side of the Caravan, it all looks fairly tidy, to be honest, in terms of damage. There's a few little bumps, like I say, you might not be able to pick them up, but like these on the panel there, a couple of bumps around like that, but other than that it's fairly good. The chassis is a standard painted chassis. As you can see, somebody's been oiling it or painting it in its years, so the metal's solid, so you can see that someone's been looking after it, and all the metal underneath there is solid and good to go. So that's been our 2007 Willerby Herald. It's a 28 by 10 2-bed. It's 6,995. It's single glazed as it stands, although we could fit double glazing, white double glazing, for an extra about £1,500 if requested. Could do some carpet in there as well if we wanted to, and obviously there's a few edges that need to be done depending on what we agree with the customer. But that's been the Herald. If you've got any questions, please get in touch. Cheers.